Hey, how's it going, man?
Good, you?
Good. So you're in town here, so it's nice, quick to get here.
Absolutely, yeah.
Perfect.
It's exciting to be here.
Most people come from GTA, so it's always a good trek.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, well, tell me a bit about yourself. I got the form you filled out, so I know kind of what you're looking for. But
So I'm invested in real estate right now, and
Yeah.
just looking to grow and kind of get some direction.
okay, and how many properties do you have now?
Four.
Four
Right now,
properties,
yeah.
and then what's the goal for you? What do you want?
Eventually to replace my income.
Okay, yeah.
And not have to be woken up by an alarm.
Yeah,
clock
you
every
mentioned
morning.
that. That's the big thing for you, right? Getting rid of that. So, like, how much money would you want to replace, like, before you can comfortably do that? 'Cause I know you said you want to do it, but you don't want to screw up the job and security income. and-
Family. Yeah,
Exactly. Yeah.
I mean, 5 to 10,000 a month
5,000,
would
okay.
be great. Yeah.
Awesome. Cool. And yes, do you want to keep doing more like JV partners, like long-term deals, or do you want to do more flips to replace that income? Like, what's the direction?
Yeah, I'd like to do both. The
Yeah,
flips and the
okay.
JVs is something that is pretty attractive, and
Yeah.
eventually get into money lending as well.
Okay. So what's the one thing you think that's holding you back the most that you could get help with right now today? What's the
Probably
number one?
myself.
Yourself? Okay.
Myself, the ability to find JV partners,
Yeah.
and maybe just some direction to just put everything together and
Yeah.
make it work.
Do you have people around you right now that are looking potentially to partner with you, friends, family?
I
Or
mean,
you
I
kinda-
have quite a bit of interest through friends and family. Maybe I'm not selling them on it
Sure.
as well as I thought I could.
Yeah. Well, that's the big thing. So we'll get into that on how we don't want to sell. We want
Right,
them to come to us. So we'll talk
right,
all about that coming up here, which is perfect.
right. And yeah, I mean, maybe my approach also in terms of explaining how things work too.
Okay.
And maybe I just go too technical with people,
Yeah.
and they're kind of just like
Okay.
taken back by that.
All right, there's a lot going on here. So I'm going to write on the
Yeah.
board before I forget because I want to jump around to this part kind of near the end.
All right.
So number one, we got the JVs, slash attraction. So I'll hit that in a sec. But how do you said you have four properties, and what are those properties? What kind?
So I got
Single
3 single families, and I'm finishing up a duplex right now.
family, and then one like a duplex conversion, or we would.
Yeah, duplex conversion.
Okay, nice.
So the three single families are already with joint ventures,
Okay.
but there were just everything was like 50-50.
Yeah, with people that you know or people you didn't know.
Yep, people that I knew, friends
Okay.
and family. Yeah.
Okay, those are the easiest to hit.
Yeah.
Now, do you feel like you're kind of running out of them in a sense, or?
I guess, but it was more of none of us really knew what we were doing, so it was
Yeah.
just like, let's go into it together.
Okay. So we got that. That's what you're doing right now. All right, here the goal is the 5 to 10K a month. Let's go for 10K because why not?
Yeah.
10K a month or 120 a year. We'll see if we can figure that out in a strategy for you. I need a new marker, man. I'm running out. We got that. So, and then where do you see yourself kind of going? Like, where do you think you have to go to continue on? What do you think you have to do?
I mean, multifamily definitely, JV for sure.
Okay.
I think. Anyway.
Yeah. Okay, so let's go to the JV thing now. Because you said you're having a hard time convincing people, it's been a little hard. What we want to do is you have some good content here. Like you have some good experience as well. Like the 3 properties, the duplex conversion you're doing right now. Is it empty? Like it's in construction?
We're just almost finishing. I just started doing showings.
Okay, so it's perfect because what I want you to do, I'm just gonna get right into it, is do a video. Have you done any videos at
I
all?
have, yeah. I
Okay.
have done some.
Do you have like a YouTube channel or like anything like that? Like where are
No.
these videos being posted?
Just Instagram.
Instagram, okay. I want to get you rolling on that too. So we want to make a video and after, definitely. Now that's done and nice, all cleaned up, I'm assuming, ready to go?
Pretty close, yeah.
Yeah, so you definitely want to do a video walkthrough of that because that's going to be your resume. Right, so the most important thing with JV Attraction is a resume, or like a, I guess it's called a resume. Just proof of concept that you've done something. And once we do more of these, you're not going to have so much an issue with convincing people because they're going to be convinced before they even come to you, right? So that's the level that we want to get to. Are you opposed to doing like tip videos at all?
I've thought of it.
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't be opposed to it.
Just like on your experience, things that you've done. We can definitely start with that. I would definitely start with kind of like whiteboard videos, like kind of what I do, right? Like those videos. Those videos get people interested in what you're doing in your journey and following along. And then the property walkthroughs is what gets the JV partners actually to give you the money. Like that's what's going to seal the deal. Because they want to follow along and learn from you, that's all good. But if they don't trust you and if they haven't seen what you've done, then they're not going to necessarily give you the money. Once you start doing these property walkthrough videos, that's when you have a proof of concept, right? And then they're gonna trust you 100%.
Right.
So your friends and family will come on easier once you start doing that, and then strangers, of course, is where the majority of the money is, but hardest to get, right? Because you don't know them. So that's the high level of kind of what we want to do. So let's go to the income and try and get you to leave that job, because you're waking up at 5 in the morning. You don't like it, right?
No.
So are you opposed to flipping deals or anything like that, or do you want to stay with the long term?
I like the construction side of things too. I think I'm pretty well versed in construction as well.
Yeah.
In terms of managing renovations, not so much doing them myself.
Yeah.
Like some stuff I can, but
Yeah, we don't want to do that at all. That's the goal, not to do the work ourselves, for sure.
That's right.
But would you be comfortable with doing 3 or 4 flips a year?
Absolutely.
That would feel normal, like good to you?
I think so.
You have time for that?
If it was a full-time thing, yeah.
Yeah, especially, I want you to do more if it's full-time, but even with your job, doing 3 to 4 flips a year is probably feasible with your...
I think so.
Yeah, I think so. That's why I'm kind of pushing you a little bit. But let's say we do 3 flips. We fall short. We only do 3. The average flip I'm doing in Kitchener-Waterloo, you're in my area, right, which is great. So the average profit is about 30,000. So 30, 60, 90. So if you do the 3 flips, theoretically, you could make 90K in just flips. So we're almost to the 120, right? We're close. So you could live on that, right? If you had to.
Yeah, absolutely.
It work,
it's more
right?
than what I make
Yeah.
now.
So how does that sound? Doing 3 measly flips in 12 months to potentially make 90K, like it's very easy, right? So do you feel that you could take that on?
I mean, if I have the right contacts to find the right properties, yeah.
Well, you have one right here. Right? Because we have a whole wholesaling team in Kitchener-Waterloo finding off-market deals.
Right.
So there are some times where we find deals that aren't good for us. We're too busy or we have too many. I just did one like a couple weeks ago. We filmed it. I just had too many projects of mine going on, and we bought it, and I had to sell it to a client. So like I could have sold that to you, like things like that, right?
Yeah.
So like we're always getting deals, but the thing is, like, you only need 3. That's the point I really want to stress. You only need, like, it's so realistic to flip 3 houses a year, right? And even if you quit your job and this was your full-time job, like, dude, flipping 3 houses, we're talking like 5 to 10 hours a week, right? And you're still making almost your goal, probably more than what you make now here.
The 90?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So I mean, you're making more than you are now for like way less work.
Mhm.
So let's try and get you in there. If I can't find you the right deal, because like I bet you want to get on this right away, you could do like searching for your own deals in the area. You could do door knocking, flyers, like whatever. You can start to build that wholesaling division out if you'd like. We don't have to get into that today if you don't really want to. That's a whole nother like sandbox of building a business. But I'm saying like you could start looking for your own deals immediately if you really want to get on this ASAP. Like I said, the likelihood of you finding 3 deals if you're actively looking in 1 year is totally realistic, right? Like imagine you did 5 or 6 flips a year, like you'd be blowing this out of the water, right? So we'll start with that. I think you should start with the flips, which is why I'm bringing it up. You should start here, at least do 1 or 2. If you get to the 3, fantastic. You can totally quit your job. And then you're focused solely as a full-time real estate investor, which is probably your goal. And then, like I said, we're gonna do the videos, the before and afters of these. So this is gonna build your resume, like the flips, the quick flips, in order to get more of the buy and hold, which is the real goal, right? That's where the real money's made. Like you already know that. So if you hold a property 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, you're gonna make way more than 30K per property, right? And they're working in the background. So we wanna get more of these, which these will help, like the flips, because we're doing more content, more videos. You're gonna siphon your people to your business plan, and then they're gonna want to JV with you so you buy more of these. So it's kind of one helps the other.
Gotcha.
Have any questions about this?
Well, capital and financing for that.
Okay.
Well, you wouldn't be financing a flip, right?
If you're private lending, most likely. I mean, you
Right.
could go to a mortgage broker to get you the private loan, which is great. That's a great way to start. You're gonna have to go through all of the hoops, credit checks, all your work information, all that crap. The normal hoops you go through to buy a house. If you have to go there, you have to go there. Ideally, you would go with private lending of just investors, like myself. Like I private lend to a lot of people. Anybody,
Family.
yeah, anybody who's an investor. Your family, a lot of your family probably have HELOCs on their house. They have hundreds of thousands probably in their house. They could be a lender for you, so totally. But finding the money isn't really the hard part. Like if you get a good deal, finding private money for a flip is not that hard. Finding private money or just money for a long-term JV is a lot harder, right? But don't worry about these. This is a lot easier to fund. And so these we want to worry about because these are the most important, the buy and holds.
Yeah.
So we want to just make money on the side, to build up to the point of being a full-time investor, but this is where you want to be, right?
Yeah.
So, any questions on this so far?
No.
How do you feel you're going to tackle this on, for what we just said right here? Do you feel this is the right direction for you to do, like,
No,
videos?
the flipping was always in the back of my mind. It was
Yeah.
just something I knew that had to be done to replace the income.
Yeah.
It's just like getting into the game and having the right people
Yeah.
around me. Right?
Yeah, because normally I always say on my videos and stuff that flipping is a veteran strategy. I would kind of classify you as getting close to being a veteran. Like, you definitely know what you're doing with 4 properties. You've done a duplex conversion, so
Yeah.
like
I've
you
renovated.
graduated,
I've renovated 2 of my own homes as
Yeah,
well. So.
great. Yes, duplex conversions are super hard to do. So if you've done one of those, that you can take on a single family flip any day. So, but I always say flipping should be something you wait on, and you do at least $2 million net worth in the buy and hold session. However, you said, I can tell you, like, you don't like your job. You said in the form you really want to get rid of that and just
It's
stop
not that I
that.
don't like my job. It's just
Yeah.
I right now I'm not working because
Okay.
I busted up my knee,
Yeah.
and it's just been nice.
Yeah.
And then I went
It's a
back.
blessing in
I went
disguise,
back
yeah.
for a little bit, and I was just like,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
damn, like
It was
this
nice,
is-
so,
it
yeah.
was nice, and I was taking care, looking after the duplex and stuff like
Gotcha.
that. So
Yeah.
it was nice, like getting up on my own terms.
Yes.
And, it
Yeah.
was just
Totally
it
different
was a
life,
wake
yeah.
up call, and it was
That's
I guess it happened for a reason, but
100%.
and we're here today, right? So
Exactly, good. So yeah, so because of that, like you have more motivation than kind of most people. Some people can tolerate their job or they like it. So again, I would say start doing something like this to just become a full-time investor, because I can tell that's kind of the direction you want to go.
Definitely.
And then it's going to help this area too.
definitely.
So
And the more I get into it, I see that it's
Yeah.
possible.
Totally,
you know?
100% possible. Like we just broke it down here, like only 3 flips a year can kind of be life-changing. Like can totally change your life, right?
Right.
And then gives you more time to do this. So, what do you see as the next steps for you? I always challenge people. What do you think you got to do next?
Well, before coming here, I was more concentrated on JV.
Yeah,
In
I
the
think you should
last-
still be. Yeah.
In the last few days, the flip thing has been progressing in my mind.
Yeah.
But going from here today, I don't know, what deals you got?
Yeah, good man. Always looking for the deals. We'll let you know for sure. Put you on the list for that. But what I think you should start is definitely seriously thinking about doing like videos / branding.
Right.
That's a must. Like the sooner you get on that, it's just a reality. It sounds like you're down to do it, which is good. If you're not, I'm just gonna force you. Like you got to do it. Like that's honestly everybody has.
I have done it. I
Perfect.
haven't put my face in the videos.
Okay.
I haven't been my voice only.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's not. I'm not really in the video.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I want you to be in this video, the duplex conversion walkthrough video. Like you should definitely do that.
Should do that.
Yeah.
Get somebody to film.
Just have your wife film you or whoever film you,
Yeah.
walk through it, kind of like copy our videos, like the way we do the walkthroughs, just
Right.
whatever, do something like that. But that's just going to get you known, right? So and give you credibility, which is the most important thing for the branding. So we need to get that going. And then I want you also to make a YouTube channel that's also /1, because I know you said you're posting it on Instagram. That's good. Keep doing that. But we need you to do a YouTube channel for long form content, which is these walkthroughs, right? It'll be 5-10 minutes. Can't put that.
And
on
you're
Instagram.
I would be linking the Instagram to the
Yes.
YouTube video.
Or what you would do is you take the 10-minute video, let's say it's 10 minutes of YouTube, you would split it up in, I don't know, 6 or 7 1-minute videos, maybe, and post that on Instagram every couple days. Just so it gets, the more people can follow along with you, along your journey, that's how you're going to build your branding and your business. So we don't want to give it all away kind of at once. On YouTube we do, because that's what YouTube wants. People expect that when they go there, is to hang out, eat popcorn, and watch a long video, right, like a TV show. On Instagram, it's more so checking in, quick little bites. Just people get interested. And then we want to always siphon them back to the YouTube channel. Like that's the biggest thing. Get everybody to go back there. So you show a little clip and be like, hey, go to the YouTube channel and check out the full video. Kind of that strategy, right? So, understand? Or is it too?
No,
Good.
it's good, yeah.
Awesome, man. So we want to just focus on that. Side note, like if you do want help with this, let us know. Like me and Tyler have a marketing company called Fruitful Marketing, which is exactly this. If you're on a budget and you're just kind of starting off, 100% try it yourself. Just build it yourself.
Right.
Or if you want to get like real level and just jump right to the top of the mountain, talk to us and then we'll get you in Fruitful Marketing. But something to think about, right?
Yep.
So start with that. Second thing you should do is a good contractor team? Like, do you have a good contractor that you trust?
So the contract, like, so the duplex that I'm doing right now is in Hamilton.
Okay.
And the contractor that I'm working with, I think he would do work in Kitchener,
Yeah.
but he's not. That's not where he's based out of.
For
so.
sure, yeah. Does he live in Hamilton? Like he's based in
No, he
Hamilton?
lives in Brantford.
Okay.
Yeah.
Brantford, wow. So it's closer. Well, you're right in the middle from Hamilton and
Brantford,
Kitchener, right?
yeah.
So I'm sure he'd work here if he's working there. How long is it from Brantford to Hamilton? 30 minutes, 45 minutes?
30 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah.
How long is Brantford from here? About 30 minutes. So.
Yeah, and it's like 40 minutes to Hamilton.
Yeah. Okay, so why not come to Kitchener? Bring him here.
Yeah.
Right, so get a good contract you trust, number one, so that when you do get the deals lined up, you have someone that you trust. I'll just put team members for the rest of them, so I'm hoping me as your realtor and deal finding. So yeah, you build your whole team here, and then, like, this is pretty much the main strategy. We can go into more detail about like how to do each one, but really your strategy is kind of easy. It's just you have to take action today. That's kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
So like, what do you need help specifically on in these? Because this is really the only thing I want you to walk away with today, is really this.
It's just getting over the fear of being in a video. That's it.
Well, you're in one right now.
No, I know. And, hey, that's why
Yeah.
I said yes to it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely would have to work on that.
What's your YouTube channel going to be called?
I have
Do
no
you know
idea.
yet? Okay, I was going to say let's plug them and get them over there.
No, I didn't think about that at all.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Think about that. Get the YouTube channel going. Could be just your name. You know,
Yeah.
something easy, but yeah, that's not too much of a big deal. Watch out for this guy. Start following him on YouTube. So yeah, that's really it, man. Like, the videos, like, the fear, like, you just have to get over it. You just have to do it. Like, my first videos were awful. You just get more comfortable.
Right.
That's the only thing I can say about that. It's just
Right.
everything for you is literally just like action. Like, we could end this coaching session right now. Like, it's just like you guys just gotta take action. It's just the biggest thing that's holding people back.
Yeah. I totally feel the same way.
Yeah.
I know it's myself holding myself back.
That's
right?
the case for like everybody, man. Everybody.
I just need like a framework
Yes.
to kind of put everything together. I do things easier when somebody gives me the framework. You know,
Okay.
I'm like the guy that, hey, go do this, okay?
Yeah.
And I'll do it right.
Yeah.
Coming up with the ideas, yeah, I'm not that creative.
Okay, let's do a framework right now for the video schedule, because that's the one thing that you're gonna need to like get motivated here, it sounds like, which is cool.
Okay.
So I want you to do one tip video a week, which is kind of like a whiteboard video, right? And then as many property walkthroughs as you can. Ideally, like if you can go back into these properties, the single families, that'd be great. Your tenants will let you go in just to get like a video, ask them. But you should do at least one tip video a week, and that's a YouTube video. It's a long form content. Do you think you can do that?
I think so.
Yeah. And then what do you think you're going to talk about in these videos?
Certain renovations that would gear towards tenants, maybe.
Okay. Yeah. Great.
Things to look for when a tenant, like when you get a tenant application.
Great.
Maybe things to look for when you're looking at a home to duplex or to rent out.
Perfect. I would do that video in the house too.
Right.
Like do as many videos as you can. Take advantage of what you got here, like that, like an empty house, and do videos in that house. Do
Right.
one walkthrough, and then do a video on the drywall fire separation. Do a video on the smoke detector for the furnace. Do a video on, like, you know what I mean, like
Just education.
Just milk it.
Yeah.
Do a lot of great videos. They can be 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 5 minutes. Just make some content, right? And then you just drop these and drip these on the YouTube and schedule them, which is great. Like you can film all of them, edit all of them at once, and have a month or two scheduled. You don't have to think about making another video for a while, right?
Gotcha.
Like it's
I see what
very,
you're saying, yeah.
becomes automated after
Right.
a while. Right, so that's kind of thing for you is just make a bunch of videos like you just said here, like all these topics, fantastic. Those are great options. But I want also you to talk about more about you and your area, right? So more about who you are, why should people invest with you. And again, we don't really want to like come out straight in these videos and sell yourself and be like, hey, partner with me because I know what I'm doing. We want to give that impression indirectly. We don't want to say it because then it sounds a little like, you know, salesman-y, car salesman-y. People get turned off by that a little bit. You can do that a little bit, but not a lot. So you want to just like indirect people like, hey, I buy properties in Kitchener. I'm always looking for partners, and the properties that we do buy are single families and they cash flow something like this. So you see how it was like an indirect. Like, by the way, I partner with people. If you're interested, let me know. But we're not telling people. It's just like an indirect.
Mm-hmm.
So you want to be careful about that. But it comes natural after a while. But it's more so just educating. Once you get into the education mindset, like you'll see it'll come quick.
Right.
So the whole premise for you for these videos is just educate. So just come up, like brainstorm for like an hour, like you just did real quick here, and just come up with video ideas. And write them all down. That's exactly what we do, is nothing fancy. And then you just pick them all off. And then set up. You're busy here for like a month. The videos you just spit out, that's like a month or two of solid videos. So it's not as hard as it
So what are you
seems.
saying, in one session I can do a month's
Sure.
worth of videos?
Yeah,
Okay. Like
that's
one,
the way I do it.
one
right?
shot.
Yeah, like in batches. Like I'll film 4 or 6 videos at once. I'll send them to Tyler. He'll edit them all at once, and then we're done for the month.
Yes, yeah,
Right.
I can think of that.
Yeah, so you don't have to do a video like every week, because then it's like fuck, like it's so annoying,
course,
right?
yeah.
Like how do I fit that? Like record 4 or 5 in one shot, like in an hour on your phone, your iPhone, whatever camera you have. It doesn't have to be fancy. Like just get the message out there.
Right.
And yeah, it's not so hard when you do it that way. Just batch it. If you have a free Saturday,
Mhm.
just spend 3 hours shooting, recording, uploading, scheduling. You're done for like the month. Right.
Gotcha. Pretty cool.
Any other questions on that?
So I have posted some things about the duplex conversion, and
Yeah.
I've had people just call me and be like, "Hey man, like what are you up to? Like what's going on?"
Exactly
And
how
then
it
I
works.
don't know where to like progress from there. You know, to kind of
So it's just telling people what you do.
yeah.
Like, so what question do they say exactly? Like, what do they say? Like, what
Be
do you
like,
do?
what do you do? Like, I'll give you one, for example, ask me like, what are you up to? What's going on? Like,
Yeah.
you know, I thought about maybe if I invested some money with you that, you know, that maybe we can make something happen, or, you know, some along those lines. But then when I start talking about the JV breakdown, like, you know, like
The structure,
yeah,
yeah.
you know, and coming in with the capital and the renovation money and stuff, I think that's where I kind of fall off.
Okay, so like,
So,
let's do a quick little pitch. I'm calling you up. Hey, what stuff are you doing? Like, I saw you're investing in real estate. I saw on Facebook you posted something. What
yeah,
do you
so
exactly?
right now I'm just taking, you know, single family bungalows, turning them into duplexing and filling them with great tenants. And,
Yeah.
you know, building wealth that way.
Yeah. That's the exact what I was expecting from you. Like, that's the pitch. That's it.
Yeah.
So like, what's the block that they're saying that you get stuck on?
When they start asking how can they get involved, and
Okay.
then I start explaining how a JV partnership works.
Okay.
And getting into, you know.
So how do you explain that part when they say, how does this work? How's a JV partnership work?
Well, yeah, in a JV partnership, the partner comes in with the capital and the
Yeah.
renovation money needed to create these duplexes, and
Yeah.
I manage the property, and my goal is to get your capital back first
Yeah.
before I can make any money.
Yeah.
But yeah, pretty much that's it.
Okay. So that's a perfect answer. So
I know, but I feel like I fall off when I tell them they got to come in with all the money.
okay. So that's good. That's what happens to everybody out there. What I'm saying is when you do these videos and the branding, they're probably not going to ask you that question anymore, or feel like I got to put all the money in. That's not fair, because you're probably getting that right. Like I got to do all the money and qualify for the mortgage. And they're probably saying it's not fair, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that question will 100% go away once you start doing the branding. Because I got the same kind of objections when I first started. When I started doing, year 2, year 3 of the videos, those questions stopped ever since then. That was like 7 years ago. So now, like, are your partners asking you, like, what's the cash flow going to be? What's the return on investment going to be?
No, they don't
Okay,
get
that's
into that
good.
detail.
That's good too. So my partners never ask that question either. Like that question never comes up. How much are we getting cash flow? What's the ROI going to be? Nothing. They just say, I just want it in that. I saw your videos. I just want a house just like that. So again, it comes back to that brand in the videos. And again, when you talk, like I said, when you indirectly sell in those videos, the tip videos about how your partnerships work, like you would drop that in the video at a random time that makes sense. You'd be like, yeah, my partner, when you do the walkthrough specifically, right, my partner is going to get their money back on the refi, and then we're going to split profits 50-50. Let's go into the kitchen now and look at that. You know what I mean? So you just dropped it in, and then you're educating them, like subliminally?
Yeah.
Is that the word? God damn it. Subliminal messaging.
Right.
So they already know what the partnership's going to look like before they even call you, right? Because you're just dropping those little hints.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of how that works. Like it's kind of like a mind trick. We're just creepy marketers.
Mm-hmm.
So we just want to drop those little hints, and then I guarantee those questions will go away the more you videos. Because right now, the reality is you're unproven to them. They don't know who you are. They don't know what you've done. You said you've done these things, but they don't really know.
Right.
They're just taking your word for it, which is great. But when you do the videos and you show them, those questions will go away. because proof is the biggest seller there is.
Right.
If we do a quick or like a sweet walkthrough and they see the new kitchen, the new this, the new that, there's tenants moving in next week on the video you're saying, right? The next week my tenants move in, we're gonna cash flow this. Like that's, you proved it. You just, they can see it, right?
Right.
So that's why these are so important.
Gotcha.
So that's the biggest thing that I would say for you to walk away with is like get on the videos.
Definitely. Cool.
What are you gonna do tomorrow?
Guess make a video.
Brainstorm. Make some videos.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got that nailed down. What do you need help with after that?
What about, so definitely go like incorporate it when you go with your JVs. What about the flipping side?
Okay, let's talk about that.
Because right now I'm not incorporated, I'm just doing everything
Yeah.
with my name.
Are you able to qualify for mortgages coming forward on your own, or is that done?
So right now I could be under like a B lender
Okay.
for mortgage only, and then I'd have to borrow like
Yeah. Do you have money to buy another property or no? That's allowed too. You're
No,
all
I'll
done.
have to refinance that duplex.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do that. If you can buy another on your own, do that. Like might as well. Like you want to max out as much as you can on your own name, as far as you can, make that last as long as you can. For most people, it's 3 to 5 properties. You're right in there.
Yeah.
One more would be 5. Are these all in your name? All of them so
No.
far? Okay. So we'll just use as much as you can, and then when the financing wall hits, that's when you go fully to JVs, which goes around to the corporation question now. So if you're going to be off title on these JVs, and you intend, you know you're going to buy a lot more real estate coming up, then it makes sense to go into corp, just because you're protected a little more from liability, and the tax rate is a little better.
With the JVs and on my own?
What do you mean
For
on
the
your own?
corp? Like, let's say I go buy another one on my own tomorrow.
Yeah.
Should that
In your
be
name.
on
Your
my-
name.
my
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Because you're getting to a point now where financing is getting hard for you a little bit. Going to a corporation is just a nightmare, like disaster. So you really, this isn't like a blanket answer, but you never really want to buy a long-term residential property in a corporation. You're just going to pay an outrageous interest rate. It's just, they're going to want more money down.
Right.
Doesn't make any sense.
Right. Gotcha.
We do corporations really only on commercial deals, because we have to, in fact. The banks will require you to do it in a corporation, and definitely in a flip, and definitely in an off-title partnership if you intend to buy a lot more. Because the corporation taxes are a little more expensive, so it's $1,500 a year minimum just to file your corporation taxes. Like, it's not a big deal if you're making money, as opposed to $0 if it's your personal name. So there's that. So you want to make sure you're going to be doing something. If you're buying one property a year, like, don't do the corp. Just keep going in your personal name, even if it's JV off title. If you know that you want to buy 3-4 properties every single year, I would strongly do a corporation for the off-title partnerships, because you're off-title, so you might as well, because it's not going to affect the financing for your partner, so who gives a shit? But the taxes are a little better in that regard, so you might as well, which kind of pays for the $1,500. So for example, if you do a buy and hold property, and you had it for 3 years with a partner, you sold it, you each made $100,000, let's say, right? So you made $100,000 from holding this property for 3 years, fantastic. Each one you made $100,000. You're going to pay capital gains on this long-term rental, which is 50% of whatever you made. So that's $50,000 now is taxable. And then in a personal tax rate, if you're already working, you're making money, you're probably going to be pushed into the top bracket of taxes. Well, very easy. You sell 1 or 2 properties a year, you're in the top bracket, which is 50% tax rate. Welcome to Canada, right?
Yeah.
So 50% of $50,000 is $25,000. So pretty much you're paying $25,000 out of the $100K gone, right? So you're gonna walk away with $75K net. That's kind of how that works. In a personal, that's personal taxes. If we do the long-term profit in a corporation, it's a little less. It's not that much better, but it's a little better. I think the top tax rate, don't quote me, but ask your accountant, is like somewhere like around 46-47%. So like it's not that much better. But it's better than 50, right?
Yeah.
So you might as well do the corp. Where you really save on the corp is the flips. So if you tend to flip, which you are, right? You want to do some flips anyway to replace the job income, then you 100% want to do it in a corp, because then you're only paying 15% tax tops on the active income. Because if you do a flip, let's do easy math again. We do a flip, we make $100K, that's a grand slam deal, but it's easy math for me. 15% tax on that is $15,000. So you're gonna walk away with 85 net, right? 85K, sorry, net. Great. If you do that same exact flip in your personal name, you're going to be taxed to the full extent, which is 50%.
Now, do you pay yourself with that 85 grand through the corp?
So the money goes into the corp account. You're going to have a separate account.
Right.
So that money goes into there. Whatever you do is your own prerogative. So, for example, I know what you're asking. If you want to pay yourself that, yeah, you have to pay taxes again to you. Now the tax on that, don't quote me on this, my accountant said it's somewhere, I think it's 27, 28%. So in total, you're getting fucked here a little bit because you got the 15% plus the 20, what's the math on that? 42? Yeah, exactly, yeah. So that's what it is. But again, it's better than the 50% tax. If you did that flip in your personal name, 50 grand's gone, right? Pretty much. So you're
But you can also buy things in the corp.
Yeah, so this is what I'm getting to now. So what you want to do, because you want to replace this income, is leave the money in the corp, but you could private lend to people like me or other flippers, because the 85K from the sale goes into your account. You're going to lend from your corporation, and then you're going to get private money that way, and then that money is taxed differently when you take it for your personal name. So it's getting really complicated, but that's what you want to do. That's what I was kind of getting at. So you want to do flips, get the money into the corp, lend from the corp, or buy more properties from the corp, whatever, and then make passive income from the corp.
Now, you're using, in your situation, are you using one corp?
Yes, right now, yeah. There's a ton of things out there, 3-tier systems, all these different things. I talked to my accountant over and over again. He's like, dude, it's the same fucking thing. Like, for me, just do everything in your one corp. For now, for what I'm doing. It just makes more sense. So, for the level that I'm doing it, like, there's really no reason to go absolutely insane. Because if you have 3 corps, you're paying that $1,500 on times 3, like it's just, you know what I mean. Now, if you're making money, it's not a big deal, but you know what I mean.
So to replace my income, do the flips through the corp,
Yes.
and then pay myself through the corp.
Yes. Now again, talk to your accountant about that, that's way over my head, but essentially that's what you want to do. You're going to pay tax, of course, because it's Canada, but it's going to be 10 times better than doing all of these things in your personal name, 100%. So you might as well do it that way. Now, do you want to sell any of these properties? Do you have any property that you want to sell? Or are these you want to keep these
I don't
for a
think
little
we
longer?
would. Yeah,
Okay.
no, I don't think I want to.
Okay, so I'm getting at here is, essentially, if you want to replace this without doing shit, is the more flips you do, right? Let's get you to the 1 million cash mark. So it sounds like a lot, it is. Eventually, it won't be, but like once you start buying more of these JVs and you start selling these, so you're probably about 3 to 5 years away from making this happen, but then life will be sweet. We'll go down here, we'll sell some properties that you had for a while. You've done some flips for 3 to 5 years. You know, I can go into more detail about this, but getting to the 1 million profit cash in your bank isn't that complicated when you have multiple properties. It's very easy to get to that. Now, why I say that is because if you have $1 million and you private lend that through the corporation, like I said, right, or whatever, at 12%, that equals exactly $10,000 a month. So your goal is to get $1 million cash in the next 3 to 5 years. Then you get $10,000 every single month for doing nothing. Now you're still going to be flipping because you got a business going by this point. You're still going to be doing buy and holds, which is great. So you're making a lot, in a nutshell. That's how
Yeah, the 3 single families, it just because there's other people involved.
for sure, yeah.
It'd be too tough to just.
Just
get
up
rid
and
of.
sell it, yeah. But maybe a couple
I mean,
years,
maybe
right?
refinance and.
Yeah. How long have you had these properties with these guys?
Yeah, one's coming up. First one's coming up for renewal, so 4 years.
Okay.
And then 4, probably 3. The other 2 or 3 years.
So how much net worth do you have in these 4 properties, do you think? If you were to sell these properties today, how much would you walk away with, give or take? Okay, so yeah, so that's where county are. So that's it, man. Like, it's not that hard. So 600K more, that's your goal in the next 3 to 5 years.
Yeah, that's
Not so scary, right?
no.
Now let's break it down way more. So let's say you do the 100K a year in flipping. You fall short the 100K, so you want to be conservative. 100K, how much do you need to live on every single month? Like, or sorry, per year. Like what does it cost to live? Your mortgage, your cars, like how much do you spend on hard expenses?
Yeah, I should know this, eh?
Give or take, ballpark.
4,000,
4,000, 5,000,
Yeah, I'd
6,000?
say about close to 4,000.
Yeah, 4,000 in hard cost.
Daycare and
So
all that.
again, I ain't that smart, man. It's 4,000 times 12.
4 times that's 48.
48,000?
Yeah,
So that's what you're gonna net 52 your profit. Before taxes, yeah, pay taxes, pay the tax man. So you're probably gonna walk away with somewhere around 30K of net profit if you only do the 100K a year. Something like that. So in 3 to 5 years, right, let's say you flip for 5 years, you don't really grow, which is not likely. Well, let's say you just fuck around, you make the same money for 5 years in a row. At the end of 5 years, you'll have another 150K. Now you're at 650. But these will also have increased a shit ton of value if you keep all of these, right?
Right.
But we're just talking like super conservative.
Yeah.
So like in 5 years, you'll be there. That's without buying any more real estate, not factoring appreciation at all, which is unrealistic for the other ones. But you get what I'm saying. Like you're, in reality, with these appreciating for 5 more years, you'd probably be at like 800. And that's it. Like you're almost at the goal to be retired if you'd like, right? Because then you can private land your $1 million, make 10K a month, call it a day if you want to.
That's crazy.
Are you surprised?
Yeah,
That's why I like to do these.
I'm speechless right now.
That's exactly what we try to do. This example I do with everybody on these coaching sessions always blows people's minds, always. Because they think they need to, like, $1 million, like, I gotta do so much work. And like we break it down, that's why I want to do this. It's actually not that hard. You almost already have it.
Yeah, and also I feel like I gotta hold on to those properties, but maybe I have to get away from that as well.
I used to think the same way. I need to own fucking 60 properties that cash flow $200 a month. That'll give me whatever, 6K a month, whatever it is, right? That's the wrong thing. You know, I thought that was the right way. It is a good way, but the better way is to buy a ton of properties, as many as you can, but you want to liquidate them every 3 to 5 years. You want to sell them. Because you don't want to be looking over 60 properties. Like, who wants that? Even if they're property managed, even if whatever, it's still a headache.
But still always have some on the go.
100%. Yeah, you always want to do more, but you want to recycle them. Like the properties you buy today, you keep going, you keep going, you keep going, you sell these. You keep going, you sell these, you keep going, you sell these, you know what I mean? So you're just recycling. So you only want to have like, well, you don't only, it's up to your goals, but you only need to have like 20 properties in your portfolio at once. But every year you're buying more, but you're selling more. For everyone you buy, you sell. Kind of like in layman's terms. You buy one, you sell this one. You buy one, you sell this one.
Because you need that capital.
Yeah. So it's like a 5-year cycle, right? You just keep going and cycling the money.
Right, because in my mind I was just, okay, I gotta hold on to these properties, but how am I gonna, I can't live off of these.
Exactly.
I can't
eat equity.
That's right. I can't. The equity's great. It's gonna be great for my kids one day. It's gonna be great for my retirement.
Let's make it good for your life today.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Exactly. I want to make that transition.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's think about you, right? So everybody always says that, like, how am I gonna buy all these properties? Like, these properties are gonna put my kids through college and blah blah blah, right? It's true, but like, what about your life, man? So like, let's make your life good. And there's a way to do both. Like, that's why I want to have the active real estate business, the flipping, to pay your bills today, to quit your job today, hopefully soon. But then the passive stuff is the real money. So we want to keep going on these, but like you see how this works. In 5 years, you have all these properties, and you're gonna get to the million so easily. And then you go to stage 3 is what I call it. Like where I am now, where like I'm in stage 3 of my business. It just started like a year ago, where I'm selling everything off. This year we're selling like 6 to 8 properties. I'm private lending all of it. As soon as I sell it, literally the same day I write the check to the investor, and the money goes back out for private lending. So that I can relax a little bit. I've been grinding for 10 years, doing all this, buying. Now it's time to enjoy life. So we're selling them off. We're private lending, we're chilling out a little more. We're still in domination phase, but you have the financial ability to say fuck it if you wanted to. And the stress is gone for like money. Because if it doesn't work out, if I can't find deals, or like the market takes a shit, I could just say, fuck you, I'm out of here. And that would be great.
That's a nice position.
That's a great position to be in. So let's get you into that position, right?
Yeah. And how much longer is this, like the duplex conversion, like how much longer is that sustainable? Like how much, like the single family is kind of like out of the picture already.
Kind of is, yeah.
And then now the duplexes are getting up there as well.
Yes, it is.
So, and I started like, you probably know, unless you don't remember, but
yeah.
I started off listening to you.
For sure, yeah.
You know, I followed you and I got into the single family. It was nice and easy. Yeah, I wanted that, you know, no headaches crap.
Yeah.
It's worked out great, you know.
Yeah,
but sure. It's like I was like always like behind the curve a bit.
Yeah.
And
you never got in the curve. You're investing in real estate. You're
that's
always,
right. Yeah,
it's always
sure,
been there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, shortly after single family, it was like, okay, this doesn't work anymore. Now I'm getting into duplex, but now that's already
Yeah.
we started to see where
So the
that's
market
going.
is super, super hot.
Yeah.
So that's why the flipping now is really, really good because it's so hot. It's easy to sell good properties
Gotcha.
when we're done flipping them. This cycle will turn again. There will be a recession. The one we just had was a fake bullshit recession. It wasn't real. There will be one. Who knows? If maybe it'll cool down the market and then we can go back to square one again. Single families and duplexes will be good again.
Yeah.
So just because the market changes, we don't stop and say, oh, it's not possible. I'm not going to invest in real estate at all. You still want to invest in real estate. It's just the individual little strategies change with the real estate cycle. So things change. Maybe right now you do triplexes and fourplexes. Because that market, I can tell you, in our area is great. There's no competition. Nobody gives a shit about triplexes and up. So if you want to go to that area, let's play all day.
Tenant profile is something that's really important to me.
Yeah, so there's specific
So-
types of properties you want to buy.
Yeah.
We don't want to buy just like, the shitty houses that was turned into a triplex, but it's actually a single family house. Like those, yeah. But there's like townhouse complexes, like 3 townhouses. Those attract the same quality tenants, but still triplex.
Right.
Those kind of properties, right? So there's a lot of that still going on. And nobody's looking at those, nobody. So maybe we go play over there for a little bit, for a year or two. And then maybe the market will slow down, we'll come back to the duplex conversions again, right? So we just kind of change.
Gotcha.
But the flipping is always good. Like it's an advanced strategy. I always say, I'm always careful to tell people, like, it's not for everybody, but in your position it is, because you've done this before, you've renovated, you know what you're doing. So you'll be okay. Most people won't be. But you should start flipping a little bit, just to replace your income, get that going. Maybe in 6 months you'll have things going, you can quit your job, who knows, right? And then focus on all of this full time, while doing all the videos, while building your brand, because it's gonna take 6 months to a year minimum before you probably start seeing a lot of interest and getting a lot of partners. It's gonna take 6 months to a year for most people. That's normal. So let's do all of this stuff in the next 6 to 12 months. And then the goal I would have for you is probably quit your job in like 12 months. That'd be a good goal. If you crush it before that, great. But let's do a year goal. You have a year to make this happen. Totally realistic. Let's go for it.
Sounds good, man. Wow.
Any questions specifically on what you've seen here? Just soaking it all in.
Yeah, just soaking it all in, and like my original thoughts were totally different.
Yeah.
Just totally different. Like I thought I had to get more units, maybe like a small building to kind
Get
of
the cash flow,
get
yeah.
The cash flow every month. Yeah.
You could definitely, but like you said, tenant inequality is important to you.
It's
It is
super
to
important.
me, so that doesn't really work. I mean, you can still do it, but you're
It's just,
sacrificing
it
a little
lets you
bit.
sleep at night. That's-
100%. So we can still do that strategy. It's just called private lending, more cash flow. Because you probably thought I got to do this to get more cash flow, while the other cash flow game is private lending,
Yeah.
which is, again, we're dealing with qualified investors who know what they're doing, so they're going to pay us every month. If they don't, I take their house. I like that game a lot better
Yeah.
than dealing with tenants and toilets and bullshit. We
Right.
got to play that game to get rich, but once we are rich, wealthy, net worth wise, and you got the million, get the fuck out of there. If you don't want to keep playing that game anymore, private lending.
And like, there's always people ready to borrow your money.
There's way more people looking for money than there are tenants looking for houses. Like that, if that's reality, like it's so easy, dude. If you have $1 million and you go to like a networking event, once we can go back to seeing human beings at events or whatever, and you join online groups and you say, I'm in Kitchener, I have $1 million looking to lend. I'm looking to lend to people in Southwestern Ontario that I know and trust. You're gonna get flooded with people. Like it's so easy to get rid of money. Don't worry about that.
Wow.
People will take your money in a heartbeat.
It's a misconception that everybody
Totally.
has.
Totally. Yeah, people need money like crazy.
Hmm.
Because there's flippers all over Canada.
Yeah.
Like there's everywhere. So
Is that majority of your clients?
I lend mostly
Lenders?
only to flippers that I know personally. So, I mean, you could lend to other people, other projects. There's, big buildings they're building in Toronto where you could slap $1 million with them. You can do that. I like to just lend to people that I know because I trust them, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And the community's smart enough that
That's exactly it. So like if one person makes a mistake and they don't pay you, it's going to ruin their career. They'll never do that. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of safety in that.
Gotcha. Yeah. Makes sense.
Yeah. So it's very safe, and I love it, dude. Like I'm selling everything I got right now, like everything, in private lending, while building the flipping business. Because I've done the wealth part. I've built up all these properties. At the maximum point, we had 35 properties. That's when I was like, dude, that's enough. Like, yeah, no more. right? I'm still buying with partners now, like good ones, of course, but I'm slowing down.
So how did you get comfortable with a contractor? Like,
Yeah.
what do you look for? What do you ask for? What do you expect?
Yeah, so a contractor, like the biggest thing, this market's shit. Biggest thing is just your gut feeling, man. Like, trust your gut always when you meet someone, because you'll know right away if they're gonna fuck you. I've gotten screwed by contractors, I think 2 or 3 times, like pretty annoyingly. Every single time when I first met them, I was like, this guy's gonna fuck me. Like, I just feel it, but I'm desperate, 'cause I gotta get this job done, like, just do the job. Every time, they're the one that screwed me. When I had a feeling like, dude, this guy's weird, it's not gonna work. So, that's number 1. Number 2 is seeing their work, so if you can go see a job of theirs and go see it. Pictures is okay, but like, they can just get those off Google, you know what I mean? So try and go to one of their jobs and see where they're at. And then the third one is it's just like professionalism. Like, do they show up in a Honda Civic or do they show up in a truck? You know, like, do they show up in dirty ass clothes or are they, you know what I mean? Like, it's just, it comes all down to gut and appearance and just the feeling you get from them.
And then once you find the right guy, you treat him like
Exactly. Once you find the right contractor, because you're gonna be flipping 3 deals a year, you're gonna keep them fairly busy. So they're gonna be working for you all the time. They're gonna be waiting for your call. So when you tell them, hey, I flip houses, and when I get jobs, you're the one. You'll get all the jobs. If they know that, they're probably gonna be decent and grateful.
Right. It's just finding them, right?
Yeah.
I think that the good ones are taken.
Again,
So
yeah, I hear you. I have those same feelings, so does everybody else, but it's a scarcity mindset, which is going back to what you need help with the most, or a little bit, right? Is your mindset. You think that there are no more deals, you think that there are no more contractors, right? Like, there's no money to being lent out, but there is. So you need more of an abundant mindset, which goes into like some really, really hippie shit, right? But you need to be more abundant. And yes, there are deals everywhere. Yes, there are still good contractors. You just have to find them, right? But when you walk around with that mentality, like, I expect a good contractor, you're going to come across them. It's just the laws of the universe. Again, we're getting into some weird shit, but like, if you expect it, it's going to happen. If you work hard and take action, it'll happen.
No, I believe that, 100%. I just, not that much, you know?
Yeah.
So,
When you see it, it's easier to believe it, I guess. And that's true for business. Like, it's true for, like, it's hard, it's cool to talk about this and see it work, but once you start experiencing this, you're gonna start believing more. It's just, you just have to take the leap and start going, but as you start going, you'll start believing. Oh, this does work. Oh, there are contractors. And then you'll just expect it from that point on.
right.
Like, at this point for me, like, I just expect that people who work for me don't fuck around. It's just, it's a must. Like, the second I see contractors messing around, you're fired immediately. Because I expect you to be good. Know what I mean? So when you talk with that confident and, you know, they can see it too, like, oh, I can't fuck this guy. He knows what he's doing. I'm gonna go to the next guy and take him for a ride, not this guy, right? That's kind of, again,
Yeah.
it's just kind of how it works.
Cool.
Any questions?
No?
Mind blown, lots of stuff?
Oh, you have time?
We got time, we got 10 minutes.
Oh. I don't know, just, I mean, you can go on a rant.
Yeah. Keep ranting. I think we nailed everything, man. Like, let's go over everything again. Okay, you got the 4 properties. The goal is 10K a month. We got that for 12 months. That's your 12-month goal to get up to this point so you can quit your job and work out with your family. Do you have kids?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, so you want to spend time with them, right? I'm assuming. So let's get you there. Let's get you a full-time investor dad. What you gotta do is videos, branding, YouTube. That's the number one thing you gotta do today. Go home, make a YouTube channel, brainstorm some ideas, film those videos, edit those videos, schedule those videos, learn how to do it. If you don't want to do that, let us know. We can do it for you. But if you're starting off, you want to keep your budget free, do it on your own, right?
Right.
I hear ya. Next up, get your contracting team lined up for when you do start buying deals. Just start letting people know what you do, or that guy from Hamilton. Let's let him know what you're going to do, right? Let's start looking for you for some deals. So I'm going to start looking for some deals as well. So we're banging the market like crazy in Kitchener-Waterloo. So the hope is that I get too many that I can't take on, like the one we did a week ago or 2 weeks ago. There'll be opportunities for you like that. Get your flips there. Yeah, do some tip videos on everything that you're doing. The walkthrough videos on the duplex, I would do that immediately before you get tenants moving in there. And then start building the net worth game, right? Buy properties, hold them for 3 to 5 years, sell them, add them to the pot. The goal for you is the 1 million. Once you have the 1 million, life's done for you. If you'd like it to be done.
So I should still try to get another duplex under.
100%.
Yeah.
You want to play that game, this game here, you're in this game full on. Buy and hold.
First, keep that as a priority.
Both. Right now, you're buy and hold. and flipping when they come up, right? Because we'll be looking for you. You can look on your own as well, but you're not going to find these tomorrow, maybe, right? These are easier to find, the buy and holds. They're everywhere right now. So your main goal is branding, YouTube awareness to buy the buy and holds to play this game, build up the net worth. While we're doing that, you're going to be flipping, because you got to build the flipping business in the next 12 months to do 3 a year so you can quit your job, right? So you have 12 months to make this happen. This has got to happen right now. And then in 12 months, you'll be doing both. Know what I mean? So that's the game for you. Flipping to live, buy and hold to get to the 1 million net worth so that you can private land and say fuck it all.
Right.
And then you don't have
the
to.
JVs.
The JVs, yeah.
That was just part of buy and hold.
Exactly. So you're at the same place I was like 6 years ago. So you're playing the same game. So I'm the 6-year version of you. So you can see it works. It works.
It works.
We're doing the private lending. We're doing all that stuff. Like it works.
Yeah.
In kitchen Waterloo on top of that. So you know it really works here,
Yeah.
right? That's it, man.
Crazy stuff, man. Awesome.
Mind blowing. Get some good stuff. It's good value.
It's so easy. It's mind blowing.
That's the thing.
Not easy, but it's not
It is.
that hard.
It's
not
easy.
that hard.
It's simple.
Not hard. Yeah.
It's not easy,
That's
but
right.
it's simple. Yeah,
right.
exactly. That's the
You nailed
perfect
it.
way to put it.
You nailed it.
That's it, man. It's a simple game. People make it complicated, though. You guys, you
I just needed the direction.
Yeah.
Like I said, I needed the direction.
Now you have the,
Yeah, the framework.
yeah,
And yeah, totally.
Awesome.
Totally banged it off.
awesome.
Wicked.
All right, guys, that's the video. Hit that like button.
Follow this guy.
Yeah.
He knows what he's talking
Hit the
about.
like button, please. Also, hit the subscribe button so we can see more of each other. And if you want an in-person coaching session like this, hit me up. We'll just brainstorm some ideas and get you rolling. See you.
He's the real deal, guys.
Awesome, man. See you in the next video.